So I had something interesting happen to me yesterday. A box of books showed at my front door from UPS, and there's a story that's behind it. Apparently, I was published in Chicken Soup for the Soul again in September, and I'm finally getting a copy of the books. So I'm in here under the seventh story, and the story is called The Voice. And I had a lady that I'd met a few times back in Vermont. Her name is Georgia. She called me up late last week and said, "Hey, Chris, you have a box in the mailroom." Now, I haven't lived in that apartment since 2022. And she said, "I'd like to send it to you. Could you send me your new address?" Now, Georgia, I think, is probably about 10 years older than me. And this is when they were having the big storms and it was really cold out. She picked up the box out of the mailroom that had been sitting there since before September. And she brought it to UPS. She called me from there. They wanted to know what was in the box, but since I wasn't expecting a box, I had no idea. So we said, "Who's the vendor?" They could find the word Schuster on it. I said, "Well, that sounds to me like a book." Georgia ends up telling me this story that she hardly ever goes into the mailroom, but she felt prompted to go in and look because normally UPS delivers her packages to her door. And she recognized my name because we had gone out for a few walks after she moved into the apartment building, but I moved very shortly after that. She had to search through all of her phone to come up with my name. And we find out later that her mother worked for the University of Illinois, I believe, and for over 30 years in some kind of publishing on the campus. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, George's mom said, "I know what an author would feel like to know that their story has been published. Let me prompt Georgia," who then does her due diligence, goes over and above, and gets me this box of books. And then I find out I'm published, and then the books arrive. Read the story of The Voice in this book, and then you'll truly see how it all jives. So here I am, published again.